Professor Bray, let me just start with you. According to your scholarship, when's the first time that a district court issued a universal non-party injunction of the kind that we're talking about today?
I think the first one is 1963. There is historical debate about when they started in the 20th century, but I think that would be the first one. But they certainly are not traditional in equity before then, and they were a peripheral backwater until 2015.
Today, I raised a red flag on something most Americans don't see, but it affects us all. District courts have been increasingly handing down nationwide injunctions. One judge can block a policy across the entire country. That's not how the Constitution works, and it's high time we put a stop to it. I started by asking the experts, when did this even begin? The first district court issued a universal non-party injunction in 1963. Under Trump's administration, 64 universal injunctions. Under Biden so far, already 15. This isn't justice, this is judicial activism on steroids. I laid it out clearly. These judges were never meant to rule the nation. We're a republic. Policy belongs to those accountable to you, the voters. Congress, the president, not unelected judges.
Mr. Panuccio, let me just come to you. Tell us why this pattern that we're seeing here, and there's a clear partisan valence to it, but there's even more of a recency valence. I mean, this is something that just did not happen until very, very recently. Why is this so distortive to our federal system?
Well, thank you, Senator. It's distortive because it has judges operating outside their constitutional role. They are exerting policy-making power over the whole country. And the issue is this. We are a republic. Those who get to exercise policy-making power, like yourself, like this body, have to face the electorate.
Hamilton called the judiciary the least dangerous branch, but only if it stays in its lane. When judges act like kings, we lose our voice as citizens. This is a crisis. If we don't rein it in, we hand over power to people we can't vote out. But here's where it gets worse. Some judges aren't bothering with official injunctions. They're issuing TROs, which can't be reviewed right away. It lets them block policies nationwide without oversight. And that's exactly what's happening. Now here's the thing. This isn't about party politics. Even Biden's own Solicitor General said this kind of overreach is wrong. Even Justice Elena Kagan, a liberal Supreme Court justice, said, "Let's stop making this about whether a Republican or Democrat is in office."
It can't be right that one district court judge stop a nationwide policy in its tracks and leave it stopped for years while it goes through what is otherwise the normal process. I would just say to my Democrat colleagues, it shouldn't be, to quote the chairman, that one thing, or to quote the ranking member, that it's one rule for Democrats, it's one rule for Republicans. Let's make it one rule across the board that no matter who appoints you, a judge can only bind parties who are before her or him. There are no nationwide non-party injunctions. Let's make that the standard, and let's return these courts to the proper functioning of our constitutional system.
Let's make one rule for a judge should only rule on the case and the people. Hey, if you believe in restoring the rule of law, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more content. This isn't some abstract legal theory. This is about your freedom, your vote, your voice. We have to return the courts to their proper role. No more power grabs by unelected judges. Let's make sure government by the people means just that. Subscribe for more hard-hitting truth.